Hey there, Breakfast Clubbers, and welcome to another episode of Back Issue Breakfast Club. I'm your host, Kelly Guentner, and this show is part of the Back of the Cereal Podcast Network. This week, if you couldn't tell by the princess hairstyle, we're delving into the world of Star Wars comic books with Princess Leia. We're in for a good episode, I think. Well, this book was so good that it came out in 2015, and I am retroactively angry with myself for not buying it sooner. The reason I didn't buy it sooner is because I knew that once I bought it, I would go down a black hole of buying the Star Wars comics, and I was right. It's happening. It's happening. This book picks up at the end of A New Hope. For those who are more casual Star Wars fans, that is the very first released Star Wars movie, also known as Episode 4, just to confuse you all. And it picks up right after Chewie did not get a medal in the medal ceremony, which was a shame. Very shameful. And it picks up and tells a solo story about Leia that really fills in a much needed gap for her character arc, while also being a really great story that stands on its own two legs. So if you've never seen a Star Wars movie before, you could probably pick up this book and still enjoy the story on its own. Granted, I don't know why you would pick up this book if you had never seen a Star Wars movie, but stranger things have happened. It has a traditional scroll at the beginning that tells you exactly where in canon you are. One of my biggest complaints about A New Hope, I love the movie, but they really gloss over what should be big emotional moments in the characters' lives. So Luke's aunt and uncle die, and they basically raised him for as long as he can remember, and he doesn't take even a second to grieve. Leia's entire planet that she grew up on and her adoptive parents are murdered before her eyes. We don't get any time to see how she feels about that. No reaction. So this book really deals with the fallout from that, but not in a way that Leia's sitting around just moping, because that would be a really boring comic. Instead, she has a really nice mission of tracking down the remaining survivors from her planet. People who were off-world at the time when it exploded. And that just really makes for some great action. It also gives you the chance to fill in more of Leia's backstory and what the culture that she grew up in was. And it gives her character some much-needed development that she wasn't allowed to have in that first movie. Don't get me wrong, Leia's my favorite character in the Star Wars universe and one of my favorite all-time characters. But she didn't always get a lot of great character development in the early movies, even though I still love what we got with her. So, as I mentioned, the Dodsons are just some of my favorite artists. I just brought them up on the Harley Quinn book, and this is definitely Dodson art, but I love that it's not the Dodsons drawing art that would not look out of place in a Batman the Animated Series book. It's the Dodsons drawing Star Wars. And so this is just an absolutely beautiful, sweeping panel that you get, like, that's a Carrie Fisher expression right there. You get the real big starship pieces. You really get a great Star Wars feel from it. And the Dodsons are really flexible as artists that way, where you recognize their art as their signature, but they can still go into other genres besides superheroes, and it works. It works beautifully. Another page that's just stunning, and the colors in this book, again, are stunning. I'm very much a colorist girl. I think colorists do not get enough credit, and we have just beautiful colors going on, and beautiful character work. That blonde is named Evan, and she's an absolutely fantastic character that I believe was created for this series. I should have Googled before. But Mark Waid really put in a lot of original characters that just are instantly going to become your favorite if you pick this up. And I'm surprised there are not more fans that love these characters, because what the heck, fans? Why are you sleeping on these characters? They're great. So if you like fun space opera type stories, if you like Princess Leia, if you like to see just stories that have a nice balance of character development, character focus, characters building friendships. Spoilers, no romance in this book whatsoever, which is kind of nice because there's a lot of romance in Star Wars, and it's kind of nice to see a female-led book that doesn't need the romance. So if you like seeing characters build friendships, if you like seeing just a whole culture of a world laid out and built nicely into the story without it feeling like boring exposition world building, if you like Mark Waid storytelling styles, you're gonna like this book. Pick it up. Be like me, pick it up so you can kick yourself for not buying it sooner. Thank you for watching this week. I want to hear from you in the comments. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know what you want me to read next. Always looking to add to my ever-growing to-read pile. And I want to hear what characters you all want to hear about. Also starting to do a weekly feature on our Facebook page. So start looking over there on Wednesdays, where you can just throw out a character or even a mood, and I will give you a recommendation. I can't promise you'll like that recommendation, but I'll be curious to hear what you all think of my recommendations. So thank you again for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic week.